Ever typed your bank's or other URL wrong, clicked a phishing email or link, and ended up somewhere that looks just a little too right? That's typo squatting. Fake lookalike domains like google.com with zeros instead of O's or amazon.net that attackers may use for phishing, ad fraud, and malware. I built Typo Sniper, an open source tool that detects and scores these typosquat domains before they can trick you or your company. If you're into real-world cybersecurity, home lab projects, and open source tools that go way beyond theory, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. All my socials, Twitch, Kick, Discord, Matrix, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and links to support my work like Patreon, plus the full Typo Sniper repo are linked down in the description below. This project actually started at work during conversations with our cybersecurity operations team. We were dealing with a very real problem. Employees, even highly technical ones, accidentally visiting typosquat domains. One wrong character, one swapped letter, and suddenly they're on a phishing site that looks legitimate. So we began proactively identifying these domains and feeding them into our EDR, endpoint detection and response, and XDR, extended detection and response, systems as indicators of attack and indicators of compromise, blocking them automatically before employees can even reach them. Originally, we were using DNS Twist, and it did a decent job for the basics, but I wanted something bigger. I wanted something automated. I wanted deeper enrichment, asynchronous DNS, whois, TLS, and URL scan analysis, more accurate scoring, better filtering, cleaner output formats, and the ability to feed this data back into automation pipelines. So I started prototyping enhancements internally, and that's where everything changed. When I brought up the idea of open sourcing the tools so we could actually have the community look at it, maybe improve it even better in ways that I couldn't think of, the company just didn't see the value. They didn't want to share it with the community, and here's the wild part. I vehemently disagreed with that stance, but I'm actually grateful they took it, because it forced me to rebuild the entire concept from scratch, on my own time, on my own infrastructure, and the result is actually dramatically better than the internal version could have ever been. The public version you're seeing today has far better logic, full asynchronous enrichment, modular architecture, Docker support, a clean scoring engine, multiple export formats, and a flexible roadmap the original concept never would have reached because I was able to rethink the whole thing. And because I wanted this project to remain open and beneficial to everyone and never be locked away or allowed to gather dust, I licensed it under the Mozilla Public License 2.0. That means companies can use it internally however they want, but any changes to the core must be contributed back to the project. The community should benefit, and the community should shape its evolution. I've always believed in the bazaar over the cathedral, open collaboration over closed development. And if you've never read Eric S. Raymond's The Cathedral and the Bazaar, it's one of the most influential essays in the history of tech. It explains why open tools like this can become more powerful than anything built behind NDAs. Typo Sniper starts with a seed domain, like example.com, and automatically generates thousands of potential typos, missing characters, swapped letters, homoglyphs, TLD variations, and more. Then it enriches every domain using whois, DNS, TLS, certificate data, ASN information, and most importantly, URLscan.io for live screenshots, HTML analysis, and threat verdicts. That means you aren't just seeing a list of domains. You are seeing exactly what's hosted on them. Typo Sniper can export results as CSV, Excel, HTML, and JSON. I call it JSON like Jason Derulo. Do what you will with that. The HTML reports are presentation ready for executives. Excel files have clear color-coded wristbands. JSON and CSV plug directly into automation and security information and event monitoring SIM pipelines, foreshadowing for upcoming content with the SIM that I'm building in my home lab. What's already live today includes combo squatting and sound-alike logic, ID and homoglyph detection, URL scan enrichment, async processing for speed, clean scoring engine, multi-format export, and secrets handled securely with Doppler. Which is a perfect time to discuss today's sponsor, Doppler. I treat this project like production infrastructure, even in my home lab. Yes, I use .env files, but only for non-sensitive options. Anything with real value. URL scan, API keys, tokens, credentials is stored in Doppler behind YubiKey protected identity and access management. I am. Doppler injects secrets securely into Docker, local dev, CI pipelines, you name it. Even if my machine were, say, to be compromised, those secrets stay protected. This video is sponsored by Doppler, but it's not just a sponsor. It's literally what powers all of my projects, including Typo Sniper. If you've ever managed secrets across Docker, GitHub Actions, Kubernetes, or multiple dev environments, you know the chaos. Doppler fixes all of that. And I wish I was using it at work, as it's so much easier than AWS Secrets Manager and other solutions. One encrypted control plane, instant key rotation, YubiKey and IAM enforcement. Perfect for home labs, enterprises, and open source developers. Try Doppler. It's free to get started, and once you use it, you won't go back. Trust me on that. Let's talk about my enhancement plans for the future. There's an ML, or machine learning, branch available for testing right now. It's been a nice little research project for me on ML. It uses a gradient-boosted model trained on features like edit distance, registrar reputation, whois age, URL scan scores, and various lexical signals. It works, but it needs community feedback before merging. If you want to help shape the model, grab the ML branch. Beyond the ML work, I'm planning eventually a local LLM, aka AI, but remember, LLM is not true AI, pipeline to analyze screenshots and HTML to reduce false positives. Automatic Jira, Slack, and Microsoft Teams human-in-the-loop workflows, and eventually EDR, XDR integration so SOC analysts can push approved IOAs and IOCs directly into their security stack. I'll probably start with CrowdStrike Falcon because I know their API in Falcon Pi really well. I've worked with it extensively, but I'm open to supporting others, including Waza and any platform with a solid API. The goal is flexibility. For everyday users, there's not much you can do using password managers and checking URLs carefully. But enterprises have more power. EDRs, DNS filtering, XDR, and proactive IOA and IOC blocking. Typo Sniper is built to help bridge that gap, giving defenders the ability to detect and block threats before employees ever see them. Typo Sniper is fully open source under MPL 2.0. The core stays free. Integrations can be proprietary, but improvements to the engine get contributed back. If you want to help with ML, logic enhancements, LLM triage, or integrations, check out the GitHub issues page and such. Typo Sniper only uses publicly available data. DNS, whois, CT logs, URL scan results. Use it responsibly. This is a defensive tool. So that's Typo Sniper, a Doppler secured, URL scan powered, asynchronously enhanced, Docker ready typo squatting detection engine with a machine learning branch already testing and a long roadmap ahead. It was born from real cyber ops discussions, rebuilt from scratch on my own time after corporate pushback, and released to benefit the entire community. Because I truly believe in the bazaar over the cathedral. Before you head out, follow me across all of my socials: Twitch, Kick, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Discord, and Matrix. You'll find everything linked below. If my work helps you, inspires you, or supports your own cybersecurity journey, consider supporting me on Patreon or through the other links in the description. It genuinely helps keep this community-driven work alive. Stay safe, check those links, and as always, happy hacking.